it do? What it do? What is good? What is Gucci? What it do, my she, we, he, they, them, eaters, mamacitas, we eaters, him eaters, hot tamales. Today is brought to you by none other than the divine, okay? And by request, popular request, I might add, one person on TikTok who wanted the whole routine, and then one other person I do have to add wanted the lip combos. So that's like 1.5 people. For me, that's enough to deliver, right? You might be wondering, why such a blank canvas? Well, the circle of life, guys, is you live and you die, and you're dying to live, and sometimes you look like death, living death. Now, I wanted to bring you this spiritually enhanced, spiritually inclined, spiritually infused, if you will, makeup toot. A makeup toot. Hashtag. Okay? Now, at first, makeup is external at first glance, right? Wrong. No, that is right. But at second glance, it's internal. Everything starts within. So, if you want to cultivate more exterior beauty, you must first cultivate interior beauty, right? And one of the best ways to start that is by prayer. So let us pray. God, thank you so much for all of the absolutely drop-dead gorgeous souls on the other side of the screen sitting here with me right now, right meow, looking to first seek how to enhance their natural appeal, but ultimately looking to internally align with everything that is love, beauty, and grace, to then have it reflect externally. You hear me? Amen. Okay, so we're gonna start. Get your canvas ready. When I start to get ready, when I'm getting done up, I really don't have, I'd say I have 3 modes. Mode 1, the living dead. Mode 2, a nice in between. Mode 3 is done up to the 9s. You know, it's all in. So we're doing mode 3, done up to the 9s. And when I like to start getting ready, done up to the 9s, it always starts with scent. I'm absolutely the type who, when you smell a certain way, it elevates your internal soul, you hear me, to reflect your external beauty. Lotion. Lotion is one of the best ways, and oils too, which we can go through that another time, but lotion is one of the best ways. A very fragrant lotion will just stick to the skin, enhance the frequencies, the vibrations around your energy aura field, right? I like to smell personally like potpourri. Potpourri. Apple, cinnamon, nutmeg. So this right here, yeah, guys, this is my go-to. This is my go-to baby right here. Apple cider nutmeg, limited edition. I hope not. I hope this is a forever edition. You feel me? It smells like potpourri, and I love it. For you, you need to think about what scent not only smells invigorating to your own senses, but also when put on the skin, does it still smell good after your own pheromones have mixed with it? Key. This has me smelling like potpourri all year long, and I love it. I love it. Okay. So first I do like to just douse my body in that. Then in the shower, you know, well, before I shower, I usually like to shave any fur-like hairs off my skin as well. And then, guys, I don't even do a 5-step routine, moisturizer, tatcha, this and that. Like, I probably would if I had more ability to, in the money department, sure, get into like some crazy routine, you know, that is doctor grade, not something from Sephora. We love you, Sephora. We love you. All these products are, yeah, from you probably. So let's see. Yeah, what I like to start with, guys, I'm by no means a makeup artist. I'm just an artiste, okay, in general, right? This is what I start with. I'm probably the only one on planet Earth right now that starts with this, but that's okay. For me, this works. It doesn't peel underneath the other products I put on my skin, and it protects from damage, sun ray damage. I do live in the Pacific Northwest, so I don't have as much sun damage, but still the sun peeks through the clouds. So I put this on first. Okay, I spray it in my hand, not on your face. These canned sprays have really bad stuff, like chemicals and stuff in it to make it spray out, so you really shouldn't be spraying this directly on your face. You should like spray it away a little bit. Yeah, so this is my base, okay? And I'm really sporting that all natural right now, which is beyond me how confident I've become on this here social platform, because I really won't leave the house without some cover up on. But here I am, you know, sacrificing for the people who want this spiritually enhanced makeup routine. So I've got a lot of like hormonal acne, which it beats me, guys. I'm literally 32 with hormonal acne. Apparently I'm not aging at all, which is a blessing and a curse. Yeah. And then I will put a little bit on the tops of my hands, so that way your hands, I feel like, start to age before a lot of other things, and so you really want to take care of your hands, ladies and gentlemen. We's, he's, they, them, shim, whoever you are. If you have a soul, take care of your hands too, and probably your neck area. It is already 9:15 currently, so I probably didn't need to put any on my hands. Yeah, this demonstration is legit, guys, all in. Okay, now after I do that, I do a little mixture. I love the tip of putting things on the back of your hand to warm up the product. I find that always works quite well for me. So you don't need a lot of this. And please, ladies, gentlemen, he's, she's, they, thems, use your own color palette, okay? Use your own color palette. The colors that I use are probably not going to work for you, so you need to use your own base, okay? What I like to do, what works for me and covers very well, because I have a lot of redness and my undertone is quite a pasty, it's quite ghost, it's quite translucent, you hear me, is the LA Girl. You're supposed to mix this pigment with your foundation. It's pure white. You know, pure white. Yeah, that's where I'm at in my life, guys. So a little bit on the back of the hand, and then I'll dab. I use my fingers a lot too. I'll just dab a little bit. Okay, I've got my mirror right here in front of me, and on my problem areas is where I'll put this pigment first. So These are not problem areas, though. Let's rephrase that. These are opportunities for expression, enhanced expression. And since this is a spiritually led makeup toot, we will be talking a lot about religious texts, if you will. I like to call them spiritual texts, and mindset, things I like to do while I'm doing my makeup or working out. I usually do like at home yoga and stuff. I like to listen to subliminals. Perfect shade, perfect match. I like to listen to subliminals on beauty. There's an account which I might be able to link them. Whoa, crazy fancy. Look at me. Link them below. It's called Celestial Subliminals. Obsessed. The thing about subliminals, they're affirmations that are turned down to such a low frequency that you can't hear them with your conscious. However, we're enhanced spiritual beings, and we have a thing called subconscious, where those subliminals turned down affirmations will actually bypass your conscious and integrate into your subconscious, which is what we want. Why do we want that? Because when it's internal, right? Beauty is internal. When it's internal, the subconscious, you actually start to believe it. If you told me right now your skin is beautiful, I probably wouldn't believe you. Because in my conscious is like, well, I've got these areas that have room for improvement. However, if you tell my subconscious that my skin is beautiful, my conscious can't come around and be like, you're lying, right? Because my conscious is not listening, it's just my subconscious. So that's why subliminals, I see it on the cake. You hear me? Yes. Or I will listen to affirmations as well. There's affirmations for beauty. There's subliminals for beauty. There's so many different options. But yeah, or even saying that out loud in the mirror. Anytime I have something, we all have those things where we want them to be edited or upgraded, right? The quickest way to edit or upgrade anything in your life is, for one, be grateful for it, and for two, act like you already have it. So for me, if I'm being quite honest, a lot of times my skin and my hair are the two things that I would like improvements on the most. So what do? When I'm putting anything on my skin or brushing my hair, I like to say positive affirmations about that thing to myself out loud in the mirror to help reinforce positive beliefs over negative, because over time, not necessarily overnight, but absolutely over time, your brain will start to believe these things and you will change and reshape and reform. You feel me? Things always can improve, but you have to be intentional. Intention, you plant the seed of intention for it to grow, for it to bloom, right? So now that I've done literally 2 steps and it's been 15 minutes, guys, we're making way. For anyone who's seen my previous content, you know that I am a one-hit wonder. There's no second wraps, there's no edits. You're getting the raw, the real, the authentic, if you will, which is how I like it and what I prefer. And I know that if you're watching this still, you prefer that as well, because like attracts like. Now, so on my areas of improvement, I have now put through my LA, okay? And now, because that's not a perfect skin match, what I'll do is I'll go back in. I utilize this It's Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This works really well for me. I try to do a little less base makeup because I find less is more. So this is the lightest one they have, or at least I think one of them. It's a light C, but it adds a little bit of color and depth back into my face that I've taken away by covering up my red spots. Okay, so what I like to do is just same thing here. We just put it right here at the base, right on the skin, get it nice and warm. I'll do a line, that way all the molecules are getting warmed up at one time, you hear me? Right? And then I'll take this here from the good old Walgreens. These are cosmetic wedges. Wedges. Wedge salad. Can I get a Caesar wedge? Why is that so funny to me? Okay, for my more delicate, room for improvement skin, I like to get fresh. These are the thicker sponges, but I don't like to reuse my beauty blenders because, as you know, hormonal acne at age 32, the ripe age. Yeah, I can't be reusing a beauty blender. That will literally destroy my skin with all the different bacteria that could be had. So, back of hand, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, not too much. Light dressing on your wedge. And then I'll just go and dab it in. And it does a nice job with covering. Oh, snap. Okay. Flawless. Y'all, flawless filter. Who am I? Shoot. Call me a makeup pro. Yeah, each molecule heating up. Okay. Gonna get nice and hot. And then we're just gonna go in to some of these areas that need a little loving because we are beautiful. And we don't need makeup, but what we do want is for makeup to reveal itself to us. That is what we want. We want it to reveal our enhanced features. Okay. Yeah, this is gliding on like a pro. Okay. Hormonal acne. Any discoloration. Discoloration is such a funny word. It's like, what is discoloration, you know? That's super subjective. Okay. Y'all, you can't tell me that's not like profesh. You can't tell me that's not profesh. You can't tell me. Okay. Green tea to raise the vibes. Now, next, we'll go back in with this again later. I just got this. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Shadow, the contour stick. I usually go for the Fenty, but this one was only like 25 and the Fenty is clearly more than 25. So, I like this one. What I like about this is you don't need to warm it up in your hand. It's very easy to put where it needs to go. The Fenty one, I usually get the color Amber. That one you do need to warm it up in your hand first before applying. This might still be a little bit blotchy, but we'll see. So, the other thing, guys, when it comes to contouring your face, you need to understand yourself. Everyone's face is different, everyone's face is shaped different, and therefore everyone's face absolutely should be contoured differently, right? So just because I contour or blush or do whatever a specific way, it may or may not work for you, and that's okay. What you do is you take whatever the base is and you manipulate it to your liking with your own features, right? You make it work and fit for you. You don't try to force. Look at that. Night and day. Night and day. Night and day. Okay. I am a creature of the night. I love to say that. I think it's hilarious. I am the night. I'm actually the night. Fun fact, if you were born in the evening, your circadian rhythms are probably linked up with the evening. It's like you're beginning your day when you were born, right? I was born at 5:08 in the evening. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. What does that mean, guys? That means I am a night person. I love the night. So I got a little bit of like discoloration. And then I just add, I'm like, oh, I need a little extra here. Okay, and I have some notes as well to kind of give us some more zhuzh, spiritual infusion into this video. So we're kind of already discussing this, but makeup at first glance can be seen as purely external, which is nay. But when you view makeup through a spiritual lens, guys, you'll see it's also internal as well. Okay, so it becomes a reflection of deeper truths about your own personal identity, right? Just what I was saying with contouring your own face. You have a different face than me, so contour your face with what makes sense for you. See, that makes sense for me. But yeah, so it's also about transformation, becoming a beautiful butterfly, divine expression, and there's a bunch of wisdom that's actually drawn from all the different religions. Some of my favorites being Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah, and then the Quran, Gita, the Gita, and the Bible. So I grew up reading the Bible. I grew up in the First Baptist Church, so that's kind of my own personal beginning with spirituality, is growing up in the church. Thank God. I would not change it. I love church. I love religion for what it has the ability to create. I feel like I need a little bit here. A little bit here. But yeah, so all these religious spiritual texts can actually give you a lot of wisdom and insight as to how makeup can be seen as sacred, a ritual, if you will, an act of self-expression, of identity, spiritual alignment, aligning with your true north, with yourself, and personal empowerment. So, I do have some of my spiritual texts right here. We got the Torah, my personal favorite, Bible with Apocrypha, Gita. Get into it, yeah. get into it. My Quran. What I love about this Quran is it's a study Quran and the subject notes are so good. Slaps wisdom right in your face. Like, I love it. The last book I have here, this is something that really intrigues me. Guys, anytime we express externally, it reflects what's what on the internal. So, what does that mean? What does that mean, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. I don't know if it's in other cultures too, probably, but in Chinese culture, there's a lot of ancient wisdom on the different features of the face and what it says about someone's personality. Okay? It's called face reading. How does that work? Well, our face has micro expressions and full expressions and a bunch of muscles and this and that. So, over time, who you truly are forms and shapes your face, right? Because the different micro expressions build the structure, right? The tissue, if you will. And so if someone's angry all the time or frowning all the time, it'll start to vividly show up on their face. And there's a lot of wisdom. I love it. You can size someone up quite quickly, taking into account the full picture of their face, not just certain parts, right? What their character is inside. Because when I'm smiling here, what am I feeling on the inside? An expression of happiness, an expression of maybe gratitude of being able to sit here with you and talk about this right here, right now, right? Our expressions that we have the most, our internal compass of what we express and feel the most, shows up on our face over time. So, anytime you actually enhance your features and let makeup reveal itself to you, you actually also are giving off a different expression more than likely. For example, if you're contouring your nose a very specific way, in a very specific shape, that maybe appears to other people as something different than what your nose actually is, subconsciously, they're going to pick up on specific traits about you. So, what does that mean? Be careful, or be wise. Be wise about what you're enhancing and the type of expression that you are expressing to other people with how you enhance your own face. So if you're making your nose skinnier, what does that mean? Well, face reading can tell you what that means. Just another spiritual thing, food for thought, that I find extremely fascinating. But yeah, when it comes to the nose, for example, energy, there's multiple things per every part on your face. But one of the things I know about the nose is it can reflect the spine, but it also can reflect energy in and out. So if you have a skinnier nose, like mine maybe, you have very well balanced how much energy you're putting out and how much energy you're taking in. If you have a nose that kind of goes a little bit further out, you might be giving out or taking in more energy than you're giving out. There's like all these crazy, it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole, and we're already on a rabbit hole together. Okay? So we'll start with the Kabbalah, the power of beauty and divine expression. But first, I want to go with my next thing here. So I'll do a little bit more around my chin. I have more of a heart-shaped face. Oh, that's another thing with reading people. You can read their hairline. So I have a widow's peak, which means I'm very intuitive. So don't mess with me. Can't get past me. I smell a liar like immediately. Right? A little bit on the chin. There's some faces where you should actually not put contour on your chin. You should actually put highlighter there, but that's not my face shape. So one other thing I love to do is, for making a real chiseled jawline, you want shadow. So if you have any type of like, this would be like extra skin, extra skin, you just put a little bit of your contour there, and it will hide your little extra skin. We are shape-shifting into more divine expressions of ourselves. Okay, now that that's done, I like to do cream products first. Oh, I've got a list here as well. Okay. With picking color for your own skin, what I like to do, especially when I'm doing a full beat, a full spiritual beat, if you will, I like to stick to one color. So you do your base, you have all your base products, like we've already kind of done, right? And then I like to stick to one color, or at least if I can't stick to one color, for example, purple, or I'll pick peach, or I'll pick red, or I'll pick pink, or I'll pick blue, right? So one color, and have that be like the leading color throughout the entire makeup, throughout your palette. So if I can't just do one color, maybe I'm missing something in my own makeup kit, then I'll stick to that side of the color wheel. So if I'm looking for example, a purple shimmer, and I don't have a purple shimmer, the next best shimmer would be blue, because it's very similar. Or even perhaps like a nice, like deep pink shimmer, right? So that's one tip I have, because you want the design elements to have a lot of consistency for the makeup looks that I like to personally do. The consistency kind of just ties everything together. That is what looks best on me, and also high contrast looks best on me. So yeah, that's why I go that route. With your eye color, mine is brown, so you want to go on the opposite side of the color wheel to know what color looks best on your eyes as well. For me, it's going to be opposite of brown is a lot of times more of like a copper, or even like pinks and blush colors are really beautiful. Purple looks great on brown eyes. Oh yeah, and the other great tip I have for you guys, when it comes to a color analysis, to understand what colors look best on you and your uniqueness with your own palette, you want to go to the free color analysis online. It's called coloranalysis.com. Genius, right? So what you do on coloranalysis.com is you pick 3 of your photos from your album. You want to make sure that you're as natural as possible. So if right now you have yellow colored hair, that's not natural, right? You want to get your old photos where maybe you were wearing no makeup, your hair has no additional color in it, the sun is on you, so you can really see your natural tones, and then you put your photos into coloranalysis.com. And the cool thing is, I think it does your eye color, you do your skin tone, the most natural part of your skin, and your hair, and it'll do the color analysis for you and tell you if you're a winter, summer, spring, fall. So for me, I'm a winter, a cool winter. So what does that mean? For me, I look amazing in high contrast. Black and white. Black and white. I look great in black and white. I look great in cool tones. Warm tones aren't for me. Warm tones make me look cheap. Silver makes me look expensive. Gold makes me look cheap. Silver on me makes me look expensive. Gold cheap. Like I went to the dollar store. But for you, gold might look extremely expensive on you based on your natural palette. We all have a natural palette. Highly recommend using color analysis to know what's your color palette. That way too, when all these other trends come in and out of season, you can know what colors fit you best and avoid buying something because it's within the trend. For example, for me, when brown was trending, I look horrible in brown. I can do like a deep brown that's closer to black because it's high contrast, but that's it, and it has to be more cool tone. Outside of that, I'm looking like a walking... I don't look good, okay? How do I know that? Because it's not in my color palette too, and every time I put it on, it looks horrible. You'll be very surprised if you take note of that color analysis and you incorporate it into your wardrobe. Your life is going to be so much easier. You put on things that you always look good in because it matches your natural palette. Biggest tip I have for you guys. Okay. Yeah, you want the raw, real version pictures for your color analysis online. That's going to give you the most accurate color analysis. And then also too, you know, for high contrast, like myself, a high contrast color palette, dark features with bright light skin, that's a high contrast, right? For my specific color palette, I look very good in like things that look wet or things that are like shiny because it's high contrast when something is metallic or shiny. So I look very good with glitter, stuff like that. Not everyone looks great with glitter. So you guys pay attention to your own color palette and what you would actually look good in. Some people look amazing in matte. I don't really look great in matte looks because it makes me dull and it does not give me high contrast. You guys feel me? Some people might look good with something in between. Like maybe you're an in-between matte and glitter where you need a little bit of both, okay? You need to understand what that looks like for you. So when I pick a color that I'm gonna have as the highlight of the show, I always like to make sure that that color is consistent through the eyes, through the lips, through the cheeks, and then also with sparkle for myself. Okay. Yeah, so these are just some notes that I've been taking. The key to beauty is really about knowing yourself and expressing your true divine self. That is when you're the most beautiful. I've already kind of said this too, but incorporating trends in a unique way to you. So if there's something you really love, maybe you love the matte trend, but you are high contrast like me. How can you incorporate some more matte options that would still be fitting for your high contrast? For example, maybe velvet. Velvet is like that in between of matte and shiny, right? It's a great way to try to incorporate from a different angle a trend. And if you don't look good in a trend, please understand it does not diminish your personal beauty. You can just incorporate it from a different angle, right? We already talked about subliminals and affirmations. One thing we didn't talk about was ask-formations. What are ask-formations, if you will? Instead of saying I am beautiful, it's saying how am I so beautiful? How am I so divinely orchestrated. How am I so beautifully enhanced in all the right areas, in all the right ways? Why does that work? Because when you ask, your brain will want to solve and tell you how. Cracking the codes of the universe. That's what we do here, guys. Okay. Creativity, unique expression. Keep on the same side of the color wheel for this type of look. Monochrome is something that works really well for me, but not mono though, it's like multi-mono, you know? Multi-dimensional, cosmic, if you will. Yeah, definitely look into face reading and some of the different traits, because then you'll see some of the features that you enhance, what other people's subconscious are picking up based off of how you look. Guys, spiritual ninjas, spiritual beauty warriors. Okay, so we've gone through all my written notes. We have some of my virtual notes, and we also have the rest of the makeup routine. So let's get into a little bit more makeup here. Cream. So for this look, I'm doing my highly requested Royalty Empress Purple. When I don't have a specific type of product, for example, I don't have a cream, my hair, I don't have like currently a cream blush that's purple, but wait, I do, because lipstick, guys, can go on the lips, it can also go under the eyes, and it can go on the cheeks. Okay, if it can go on the lips where you're eating, and you're eating your lipstick and lip gloss and this and that, it can go everywhere else too. Okay, so don't let them fool you and be like, oh, you have to have a purple cream blush. No, you have purple lipstick already, and you can use that. So this one is the NYX Suede. Suede is a great way to incorporate a matte, shiny look. So it's like a pinky, cool tone purple, as you can tell. And I'm just gonna put a small amount on my cheeks. And this smells really nice. I like to smile to try to help place the blush in the right area. You know, you don't need a lot. Like, that was a one swipe. And then you just even them out a little bit. A little more on the side. It's already coming together, y'all. Just as we knew it would, because we did our ask-formations. We did our subliminals. So, I don't use too crazy fancy brushes. I usually use like e.l.f. products and anything from like Sephora. Nothing crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure this is e.l.f. My brushes are nothing crazy. But yeah, to have more consistency and collaboration throughout, you also can take this color right here and do a little bit in these other areas where you contoured. It's all about the design elements marrying each other throughout. Oh snap, is that getting a little blotchy? I think I accidentally pressed too hard. Gotta add a little bit back in. Yeah, it's called improvise. Improvise. Okay, that'll have to do. It's not like exactly what I was going for, but that's fine. I think we're gonna do, oh snap. This will actually work because you can just like blend extra product into your chinny chin chin. Okay. I actually still want to add in again a little bit more. I think I just kind of removed that. So guys, try not to remove your contour. You'll need to add it back again. But that's okay. Because in real time here, we are divinely expressing ourselves. Our innermost being is coming into the surface. Fantastic. Okay. Now that we have all of our creams, I actually might do, no, I don't think I will actually. Sometimes I'll put, as all of you already know, if you're an actual makeup guru, you can put a little of your contour on your lids, but I'm gonna leave those alone. Let's go ahead and do, take my gum out. Let's do a little more of this. We'll do a little bit more of this. Anytime you're doing contour versus highlight or like a lighter shade, the lighter shade is what you would be bringing forward, and the contour is what you would be tucking away. So I want to bring forward a little bit of my face. What part, you ask? This part. You see how I brought that part forward? We'll do that again on the other side here. And while we do this, let's get into the Kabbalah, the power of beauty and divine expression. So the Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism, ancient wisdom. Not that ancient though. See how that really like brought that part of my face forward? Yes. In Kabbalistic wisdom, beauty is one of the sephirah, the divine attributes that shapes creation. The Tiferet represents harmony, balance, and the blending of mercy and judgment. So makeup, in a sense, can be an act of aligning with divine beauty, not just externally, but again, what? Internally, yes. From Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, it states, God created man in his own image. What does that suggest? Basically, that beauty reflected in any form is a part of embodying divine image. So, the Zohar, which is another Kabbalistic text, teaches about the physical beauty can be a manifestation, right, of spiritual light, because it's revealing your inner self externally. I wanted to kind of balance that out a little bit, so I just added a little bit more of my lighter shade. So when you utilize your makeup with awareness, it'll serve as a vessel for inner light to shine outward. Again, that ties into face reading as well, because you're enhancing certain features and you're giving off a very specific, subconsciously to other people, you're giving off a very specific energy. Makeup then isn't just about appearance, it's actually revealing your divine beauty in physical manifested form. You can kind of think of it basically then as spiritual artistry, and it is a reflection of higher realms. Okay, so now that we're looking balanced, one thing about my face structure is I also need a little bit of this on my nose. On the tip of my nose here, I do like a small amount. Okay. And then utilizing the flat angle here, kind of try to keep it in this region. You might not be able to see that. It'll show up a little bit more when we add our powder products. Okay, that is going to work for me. Oh, one other product I wanted to share with my lovely spiritual baddies. This is an amazing product from Nordstrom for plumping your lips. I would die on that hill, guys. I will die on this hill. This is the hill I will die on. Well loved. I have multiple of these. I don't remember, I haven't bought them in a while, but I'm pretty sure they're not super cheap, but worth every penny. Cold applicator, because it's a metal tip. You don't need a lot unless that's what you're going for. This is I like to use this as more of a plumper, but you can use it as a gloss too, where it's both. So if you use a little bit then and you let it kind of just settle in, sink in, reveal itself by soaking in and inflating your bio cells, plumping your lip bio cells. Already, you see a difference immediately. Immediately, yes. And it actually pulls out and draws out a beautiful natural color as well of your lips too. So this is a great thing to actually utilize while you're putting your makeup on. And then if you don't want all the shininess, if you're going for a more matte look, you can wipe off the shininess and the plumpiness still invigorating your lips on a spiritual level. Love this product. This is like when you're trying to be a spiritual baddie looking bad, looking real bad, real juicy. Utilize this. Okay. Now, let's get into a couple of the, oh shoot, let's go, we have the Bible and the Gita, so let's do, while our lips are plumping, let's do the Quran. So within the Quran, intention and purity in adornment, in taking care of your vessel. In Islam, adornment, which is zina, is acknowledged as a natural part of life, but it should be used with intention and modesty. The Quran states in chapter 7, verse 32, who has forbidden the adornment of Allah, which he has produced for his servants. Now, that verse in question basically suggests that beauty is a gift from the divine, and that adornment, also including makeup, right, can be an act of gratitude when it's done with the purity of heart, with pure intentions of revealing your most authentic, true inner self. However, excessive attachment to physical beauty at the cost of spiritual well-being is discouraged. So that can happen any day, right? It's all about your intentions. Are your intentions to enhance and reveal yourself with that makeup and have the makeup actually reveal itself to you? Or are your intentions more mal in practice? So aligning with your inner truth will help you align with your external truth. Makeup, when applied with conscious intent, can serve as an act of self-care and appreciation for the body and the vessel that has been given to you by God, rather than mere vanity. It can be a tool of self-confidence, look good, feel good, do good, that reminds a woman of her worth while keeping her heart aligned with humility. Perfect. Okay. Let's get into our little products here. So, because I am doing a purple-based makeup routine, I'm going to take my usual palette for contour powder, which is the NARS. It's the lightest one they have. Everything is the lightest color they got, guys, for me, okay? So if you're wondering what color it is, the lightest. And if they have a light cool tone, it's probably that. This is a really cool blush. It's a baked blush, artisan color. It's called Brick House. I know for sure I probably got this from like CVS or some store like that. I don't think I got this from Ulta or from Sephora. I might have even got it at Target. It's this beautiful deep purple color, like deep purple. So what I'll do around my contours, I'll mix these two, and then for my blush it's just going to be this guy right here, but not as heavy. So let's go ahead and reuse this brush for my powder product. A very light amount, very light amount. Okay, like we don't want to go too crazy. You feel me? Like that was kind of perfect. My divine truth is expressing itself. Wow. So that will do that. Now, we're getting crazy. Both of these are quite dark for me, right? So what do I have to do? I have to be very light with applying. And I'm gonna mix. And I'm gonna put them where I put my contour. Maybe even slightly here. You feel me? So, I do something like that, you know? And then try not to mess this part up because this is kind of where things start to come together, you know? Where things start to take shape, where creation starts to unfold. I'm kind of looking alive. I'm looking alive. Things are looking up, guys. You see how my life is aliving itself? Okay. Marry and blend, okay? That's what we do. Marry and blend. Yep. Yep. Okay, that is doing what I would like it to do. I want to try to hide my little spot right here. My little friend. For a more balanced look. Okay. Now that we have those products marinating, if you will, let's go ahead and do the Gita. Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Did I just? Yeah, I did. Art of self-expression as a divine duty. We should take care of ourselves. We should take pride in taking care of ourselves. Because when we take care of ourselves, we are the universe and we take care of the universe. In the Gita, Krishna teaches sadharma, or one's duty and authentic expression in the world. Makeup can be seen as part of one's self-expression and extension of Leela, divine play. Quotation from the Gita in chapter 7, verse 9, it states, I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat and fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the pentacles of all. Guys, I don't usually get stumped with words. Aesthetics? Not sure. It's giving aesthetics. This verse suggests that all beauty and fragrance originate from the divine, making the act of beautifying oneself a reflection of cosmic beauty. Shakti, the divine feminine energy, your Shakti. Gender doesn't apply. is often depicted in Hinduism, adorned with beautiful jewelry and colors, representing power, grace, and divine radiance. In this view, makeup is not just external decoration, but a form of honoring one's divine essence, embodying the beauty and strength of the feminine aspect of God. Gender aside, it's an energy, right? Dualistic energy, feminine and masculine. You need both. We all need both. Right now, I'm stepping into both. My feminine is my makeup. My masculine is the act of recording and carving out time to put all this together. The act of putting all of my books and my information and collecting everything, being in my masculine, to present what I'd like to present in this video. Actually recording and doing the work in my masculine, even though it's a very feminine thing in nature, I'm still performing right now in my masculine. That being said, I'm not a man. I'm like the most friggin' womanly woman, emotionally womanly woman. Now, next. So, we've come very far from the beginning till now. We've come very far on our journey. And we could probably do we need to do lips, we need to do eyes, we need to do eyebrows, we need to do the Torah. Okay, so eyes is quite a process because I need to put on some lashes. What do you want, buddy? Let me get them a treat. A couple treats. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do lashes. I'm very particular about my lashes because of my eyelid shape, as you should be with your own eyelid shape. I have a very long lid, right? So I get very long lashes. These, I get them in bulk from, surprisingly, the dollar store online. It's like a couple bucks for like a huge bulk thing of these, and they work so well for me. So what I like to do first, shout out Jessica Alba, my girl, with the honest. We love honesty. Honestly, the products slap. Okay, so for the glue and stuff, I'd like to have this to wipe off my utensils. I usually do 3 of these, 3 per 6 total. Okay. And when you first remove them, there's a little tacky piece that you'll need to separately remove each time. 1, 2, and then I will go ahead and cut them if they need to be cut. Because, let's be real, anytime you have too much poking this and that in your eyeball, it's the most uncomfortable thing, and you don't feel beautiful. You feel hideous because you're uncomfortable. 4. This is quite the process, guys, to be spiritually in alignment with your inner beauty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, see if you can see a close-up. I'll basically trim the ends that need like, oh shoot, are you gonna be able to see that? Am I an influencer? Oh my god. I can't tell. Basically, if there are edges that are poking out that don't have the false hairs on them, then you want to cut those off, because it's like just wasted space, and you don't want extra stuff on your eyes that you don't need. Balance. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim these little puppies to be perfectly, uniquely shaped for divine placement onto my lash line here. Onto my lash line. Yep. How's it like being in real time with me? Shoot, we're besties. Spiritually inclined besties. Dos más. Dos más. Yeah. No habla español. Yeah. I am Puerto Rican. You know, but it's giving Galatian. It's giving Northwest Spain. Is what it's giving. Okay. Alright. So, now that we've done some choppy, I'm gonna utilize this. Y'all, this stuff is, honestly, they changed the formula, because this stuff is Gorilla Glue. Like, this will not come off. So just make sure you're willing to, if you're utilizing this adhesive here, make sure you're willing to have this stuff on for a while. So I will sleep with these on, which you technically should be sleeping on your back anyways when you go to bed, because it helps to balance your facial structure. When you sleep on your pillow on one side, you will start to notice your face will start to shift, and we don't want that. You want balance. So yes, you'll need to make sure that you're not sleeping on your lashes and you're sleeping on your back. Now I'm gonna have to get up close and personal into my space right here. You guys already know how to use this. Basically, your bonding adhesive first, and then your sealing adhesive. And with your bonding adhesive, pro tip that you probably already know, you want to put that on your lash too. So you put it on your eyes, you put it on your lash, you put a lash on your eyes, and then you put your seal. And you got a covalent bond, and this stuff is Gorilla. It will not move. Okay, you can shower with it on, like Gorilla. Okay. Probably actually gonna stand up so I can get close and personal. kind of have to do this quite quickly, so I'm just going to try to get this done and show you guys here and there. And then if you get any glue, just wipe it off quickly before it dries. So you can keep going forward with your application. And you'll see the difference this makes. You really do need to just find the lashes that work for your own personal face and how lengthy your own eyelids are. And the type of look you're going for myself, I really love a spiky look. I think that looks really nice on my own canvas. But that might not be for everyone. Some people like cat eye, for example, and that looks great on their specific eyelids and eye shape. Yeah, I love it. So, one eye done. Quite the process. Quite the process. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta put in the time and the effort. You gotta put in the energy to divinely express your truth. For any males watching that don't do their makeup, you're experiencing the length of time it takes to divinely express our beautiful truths as we do our makeup here. So, fellas, give your lady compliments when it's very clear she's taken the time and energy and effort to divinely express her truth. Almost done. It's okay. It's okay. Dulce, it's okay, Mama. Calm down. En masse. This is the most freeing feeling when you're finally done putting your lashes on. Like, this is definitely a time constraint or a time enhancement. Because you always gotta look at the positive, y'all. Last one, I had a little bit of a foul, and we gotta reapply. But that's okay, because we play ball. Yep. Let's see here. Get this home run right quick. Home run. There it is. 3 prongs. It just fits the aesthetic that I have. Yeah. Now I'm going to seal with the sealing adhesive. The reason I like to do this before my eyebrows is when I apply them, I go like this and put it in, and so you don't want to mess up your brows. It's just best to do your brows last. Cool. Okay. So, yeah. These aren't budging. These aren't gonna move. These are gonna stay divinely designed and orchestrated onto my hair and lashes here. Okay. Now, that takes a good amount of energy. Precision. A good amount of precision. Hi. But you see how it fits my face very well. And transforms me into a greater expression, a more enhanced expression. Now, let's go ahead and do I'd say like some glitter. So, some highlight. Oh, and you know what? We're gonna need to do our lips as well. So I'll go ahead and remove the gloss because we're going for a purple look. Moisturized. Okay, so let's actually do lips first. What I like to do with lip color, okay? What I like to do with lip color is I grab all my options. You guessed it right, my routine is never the same every time. I am very creative and spontaneous. So, since I'm going for more of a purple look, what I'll do is, for one, highly recommend sharpening anything you might use to remove any previous potential bacteria. When you're mixing products and stuff, what can happen is your wet products like this here mixing with a more dry product can create bacteria or like, not fungus, but what am I trying to say? Mold, like moldy. So I always like to sharpen away any extra products to a nice clean slate. This color I absolutely love. It's like their lilac-y purple. It's called Violet Smoke, the NYX. Beautiful. This is going to be the highlight of the show. So, since I like to have a very intense eye look, what I do is I don't do a lot of black or anything around my eyes, but I'll do a lot of glitter and a lot of color. So since we're doing purple, what I'll do today is probably a mix of this lip liner. Lip liner can go on your eyes too. Yeah, I'll probably do a mix of this lip liner. Something I actually really enjoy, which I got recently, was like this multi-chrome. It's like a purple Crumfinity. It's a purple and blue multi-chrome. I really love this, but I think to make the eyes really pop, we'll do this. Guys, but before eyes, we'll do lips. With lips, for purple, I like the more bruised, like freshly injected type of look. I feel like, to me, I feel like that's extremely sexy. So I like to mimic more of a bruised look. How do you do that? Well, you gotta have deeper purpley colors and brighter pinky purpley colors. So for the darker, we'll probably do this one right here. This is like a deep violet. LA Girl. It's their eyeliner. You gotta improvise, guys. Okay? And one thing I do know about face reading is a split in your lip indicates subconsciously that you smile and laugh a lot. It's a very positive subconscious thing, right? So I always put a split right here, which I already naturally have, but I'm enhancing it a little bit, and then I just kind of like dab it in. Okay, and then a crisscross on the peak. You see how my lips look like 12 times juicier? It's giving apple. It's giving juice. It's giving juicy. It's okay. And then you just dab it in a little bit. I like a shadow at the base too. And then I dab it in. One could say there is a method to my madness. You see how juicy my lips look already? It's like, who is she? You okay? Careful. And then I like to have a little bit drawn out. You don't want it too obvious. You want it to look more like shadow or like bruising. Another thing that looks good on my high contrast is having it be a little bit darker on the inner part of my lips. For example, like she's giving bruised. I love it. Like, okay. So that's looking pretty juicy. That's looking very good. Another color you could use is any of the deep darker colors from NYX. Like this one's more of a gray purple hue. Foul Mouth, love this one too. Just kind of do the same thing, define things a little bit more. Kind of gives more of like a gray purple, but I'm really feeling this one. This one's good. Exactly what we're going for. Another thing with face reading is when someone has a really defined M right here, it means they're much more articulate with their speech. So what can that do for you? If you're looking to be very articulate in your speech, make sure that you have a really nice defined shape right here of the two arches. For example, a good example of this in the celebrity space is Rihanna. Rihanna has an extremely defined M, and she is extremely articulate. She is extremely vocal. She's a vocalist, even, if you will. So, another random fact. Now that we got that done, yeah, we can go in with some lipstick. I'm never super exact. I like more of a blended and more of a grungy, kind of like, oh, she doesn't really care, she just rolls out of, not rolling out of bed look. Like, I like more of a put together, but also, how would I describe it? Edgy. It's giving edgy, it's giving sass, it's giving class, you know. That's kind of how I like mine. Love. And then guys, you can just go back in and add more definition if you need. Until it's giving what you need it to give. So I think we're good with that. Now, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of, I'm gonna do my eyes next, so we're gonna do a little bit of this chrome, which is pretty fun. It's pretty fun on the face here. Oh shoot, can you even, oh there it is. You see that? It's like a purple blue. Don't say, I love you. Oh, but I need you to, buddy, be nice. There you go, moment. Here. Okay. So let's do a little bit of this. To give some definition under the eyes here. You can like kind of see it. I like more enhancing my natural features, and since eyes are round, I like them to be, I like to have more of a round shape under my eyes as well to kind of bring out the eyes. And then we're gonna take, this is a lip liner. We're gonna put it on the eyes though. So basically, you guys, the object of the game here is, if it's for your lips, it's for your eyes, and vice versa, okay? Now, I'm gonna do my waterline with this color to really zhuzh things up. It's giving, guys. I'll put a little bit right here too, to kind of marry everything. Kind of help bring things together. Be good for the inner corners too. Okay. My like red mark is peeking through. Color correct. If you're here right now, I'm sorry that this is probably getting boring. I'm starting to like fade. Energetically fade. Fade into the darkness. That's fine. It's not exactly how I want it, but it's fine. We'll do a little bit of this on the nose, just on the base, small amount, some touch-ups here. I love it. Okay. Now, we need to do more eyes. Let's go ahead and do ooh. This is a really good product for a purple look. NYX. They're jumbo sticks. This is a great product for that. So I would even put this on my eyes too. Let's actually maybe do that too. See? Yeah. A bit of that. You can put this on your cheeks. I'm gonna put it on my lips. Because this is the point where we start adding the chrome, and this has multi-dimension chrome as well. And that is really the look we're going for. Okay. And then let's do the other NYX. I'm almost out. This is the last of my product I have. So what I love about these jumbo sticks, guys, is they also have jojoba oil in it. So anytime you can get makeup that has like a really nice enhancing oil in it, highly recommend, because jojoba oil is good for hydration, for cleanliness. It's also really good for growth. For example, if you put jojoba oil on your eyelashes, it'll help them grow. So if you get any mascara with jojoba oil in it, highly recommend, because it's doing two things at once. It's mascara, but it's also growing your lashes. So highlight is basically the key element of this look. So we're gonna do inner corner. Yep. Yeah. And for me, I like to personally highlight the corners of my eyes as well, the interior and exterior corners, because that is what works on my face shape, as you will see. So I'll blend it out first. When I blend out these cream products, what I like to do is take my finger. Who knew? Is I'll take my finger and put a little product on my finger. So that way you're marrying product with product, so you're not removing product. You hear me? And then I'll just like blend a little bit. What's nice is it doesn't have to be super exact. It's like just kind of marrying everything. Oh, snap. I think I need a little more. This helps lift your eye as well. Okay. And then same thing on your inner corners. You want to blend everything so it looks a little less harsh. This is by no means a natural makeup look. Okay. So I'm really liking that placement. Now, we've done a lot of our creams, to include even eye creams. So we're gonna do some powders, some more powders. So I have a few items here that I really love. One of them is this Dior. This one, the Pearlescent Glow number 3. It's like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, it's got a blue hue. And then I just picked up this chrome, which has blue and purple hue. And then you guys have seen this already. This is the Morphe Mixed Signals. And this one has a purple blue hue as well. Okay, so these are the chromes we're going to be playing with. Oh, and I have this one too, by Makeup Forever. It's a blue chrome. Gorgina. So for my inner highlight and my inner and external highlight, I always use this one. This is my most blinding shade. Take a little dome brush and just be generous. Be generous. Usually I don't even, I just, and then I kind of like press it in. And then I kind of like to blend a little bit. Yeah. And then I'll do the same thing to the outer. You guys. Who is she? This is my divine truth. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is a miracle worker. Gorgina. Like, you cannot tell me anything. You can't tell me this doesn't look great. Okay, so that has really summed up the eye look generally. Now, let's get into some of this multi-chrome. I am actually gonna brighten, if you will, or should I say darken slightly my cheeks. Really focusing on the apple. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Giving, guys. This is giving. You see how this is giving? This is the type of makeup I would do going on a date, or work. Usually not this full out. Well, yeah, sometimes I will for work. If I'm having like a long day, then I want to have my external expression divinely revealed. Look good, feel good, and do good. Let's go ahead and add some of this multi-chrome with the same brush. Consistency. Okay. Ooh, hold the phone. Let's do this highlighter brush. Try to make sure it's clean too, like there's no other previous color on it. It's looking very clean. And let's put this on the cheeks. This is very exciting. Oh wow. Can I get a moment for the blush? For the highlight? This face card is not going to decline, okay? Yeah, the face card don't decline, okay? Yeah. Try to blend it up into... You see that? You want to blend it right underneath my Christian Dior highlighter. Why? Cohesive. It's giving cohesive, guys. So let's pat this in on this side, the apples of the cheeks. You know what? Even though I'm like fading and I'm tired right now, I still feel like this is eating, and I still feel like it's gonna be worth the watch. Yeah, this is eating. Okay, on the nose. One of my secrets for the nose to get that skinny line is to do something like this really skinny pencil and just, however, this has a dark cast to it, so therefore this will not be a good option. However, a potential good option, I think, is just going to be taking this skinny guy, getting it really done up to the nines, and then utilizing the very end to create the line, and we are going to be precise. It's not as bright as I'd like it to be, so what we'll do is we'll take our blush brush and we'll get this on the nose. And a little bit right there too. And then we're gonna go in with the trusty dusty, my divine truth. Load her up. With glitter, fallout is okay, you know? Yeah, you see how that's like giving that skinny mini nose? Oh, queen. Okay. Empress, if you will. Now, I'm really loving this look. Now, so we pretty much have our eyes done. Before we do eyebrows, we need to do eyebrows. I'm going to try to lightly remove anything else. Precision here, you see that? Yeah. Try to remove some of the previous makeup or any oil or anything, so that our application of our eyebrows is flawless, just like our spiritual internal insides. Flawless. Yes. Here we go. all prepped and ready to go. For the eyebrows, let's get this done. So for this look, with my eyebrows, it's better to have a deeper color on the exterior side, and on the inner to have something a little bit lighter. It makes the face the beat. So this is an eye pencil. You guys, the common thread here is think for yourself. What works for you, okay? This works for me. Oh snap, I'm out of it. That's how well it works, okay? Yep, that's okay. So usually this is a beautiful deep brown color that looks phenomenal, flawless, fantastic right here. And I would put it probably right up to the middle, blend it in. But since we're out, we're gonna improvise, because ain't nothing gonna stop us. I have gray, black, and chocolate. So black is gonna be my darkest color, and I'm gonna go ahead and utilize this for the outer edges. And for that precise application, I'm gonna go closer in here. Bear with me, y'all. This is the moment when everything starts to come together. Essentially, anywhere you're a little bit more sparse is where you're going to want to have the darker color. Okay. And then I have brown, I have chocolate, and I have gray. So I'm gonna do a little bit of the gray strokes like this. And ideally, what I learned that looks best on my face, and probably yours as well, is wherever your nostril is, that's your ending point. You see how I have probably half an inch? That needs to be filled. Did I take the gray? This is chocolate. So I needed a gray, but that's okay. So I put chocolate on. Eyebrows is another thing that you just have to be patient with. Because if you mess your eyebrows up or you mess your lashes up, it kind of tarnishes everything else. At least that's for my personal look here. Like, those are kind of focal points that tie in the rest of the look. So I'm going a little too dark on the inner. You want to have that a little bit lighter. With face reading as well, when you have eyebrows that are more put together, it can mean that you're a little bit more confrontational. So you don't want them too close, but you want them close enough, right? You want to find that sweet spot. Now I'm just brushing them out carefully with precision, because these can really make or break the look. Yep. And then final touches. Okay. Okay. Yes. We're nearly there. Now, what I would want to do, I would even get a little crazy, yeah? And you can actually put, what should I use? If you want, you can even put some of this, like right here. I don't think that's picking up, but it's another multi-dimensional glow, if you will. And then, ooh, almost forgot. So to help tie in more purpley up here, you can do on the multi-chrome purple on the brow bone. That'll look good to make things even more cohesive. You see? You see that, guys? A little magic. Yeah. Okay. And then you take your multi-chrome. I'm gonna try to do my hair. I usually have 2 pieces down. Another thing that I know about myself, being an Aries, this hairstyle looks really good on me. Why? Aries, ram, like 2 horns. You guys feel me. So know yourself. Learn about yourself. learn all aspects of yourself to be able to externally exude your inner beauty. What is going on here? So my hair's not perfect, but the assignment is assignmenting. Okay? Yeah, so this would kind of be like a more finished look. I think that's pretty much it. Oh. Because we're multi-chrome, multi-dimensional beings, take your multi-chrome, even this too. Ooh, you can put this in your eyes too. Okay, so let's take the multi-chrome. Let's put it on our eyes. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see it. Multi-chrome on your eyes. Touch up a little bit more of the purple. Yeah. And then multi-chrome on your lips. So take your desired color. We're gonna do two. We're gonna do this one. Generous. Be generous. Oh, yep. Yep. Multi-chrome. It's giving brat. It's giving, and then to finish everything off, okay, this is what we'll use. So you probably shouldn't ever eat this, but when I put this on, I usually like to do on the perimeter for any of my math freaks out there. Hi. So it's probably better to put the product on your finger. Is somebody gonna match my freak? And by freak, I mean frequency. Yeah. Y'all. Yeah. Y'all. Y'all. You cannot tell me this does not eat. Blue multi-chrome. Blue purple multi-chromentional. Okay, guys. Okay. There we have it. Spiritual baddie. And that's how it's done. Now, for the final finale here, we got the Bible. So, beauty within the Bible. Anointing, for example, when you put oils on yourself. Anointing yourself. Transformation and presentation. So throughout the Bible, oils, perfumes, and adornments are used in ways that signify transformation, preparation, and reverence. In Esther chapter 2 verse 12, it says, before she could meet the king, Esther underwent 12 months of beauty treatments, and they also doused her in like myrrh. 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 with perfumes and cosmetics. Her adornment was not just about looking attractive, but about stepping into her divine purpose. Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. The verse reminds us that external beauty should not always be accompanied by inner virtue. External beauty should always be accompanied by inner virtue. Makeup then is not just about enhancing your features, but about preparing oneself for a divine purpose, just as anointing with oils was used for kings, prophets, and those who entered sacred spaces, and still is today. When done with a heart aligned to God, makeup can be a ritual of self-care, confidence, and preparation for one's mission in the world. So, the deeper truths here. Makeup as spiritual alignment. From these sacred texts, we see makeup is more than surface level beauty. It can be a reflection of divine beauty, which is from the Kabbalah. It can be an act of intention and gratitude from the Quran. It can be a tool for self-expression and power from the Gita. And it can be a ritual of preparation and transformation from the Bible. So the overarching theme, guys, the key is intention. What's your intention behind makeup? Is your intention saying you're not good enough and therefore you need makeup? Because that's not true, nor is that a good intention to have. Is your intention for expression, for confidence? Is your impression for revealing your divine truth? When it's done consciously, it's a sacred practice and it's honoring yourself. And when you honor yourself, you actually honor others as well. Because we are all connected and everything's an illusion. Separation is an illusion. Time-space is an illusion. Energy is an illusion. But yeah, so make sure your sacred practice of adorning yourself, anointing yourself, is to align with your divine inner beauty and purpose. And with that, I bid you farewell. Oh snap.